Hey there, and happy Thursday, everyone. So I'm coming to you a little bit later. I took my son out to Sioux Falls for a follow-up after a surgery. Had a good checkup there and got to spend some good quality time with him on the road and eat somewhere special for him. So that was kind of fun to do something a little different and enjoyable. It was a beautiful day out too. So then I came home and got my card ready. I kind of knew what I wanted to do, but still needed to get the card actually made, because sometimes what I want to do and getting the card made can turn out completely different. Don't we all go down that road often? Hey there, Rosina. Hi, Kay. Let me put down my iPad because that's all set here. So I'm continuing on with Lois Peterson's virtual stamp party, and I'm excited to bring out the turtle bundle. So like I said, in an earlier session of virtual crafting for my last hostess, I was thinking that I had this bundle and wanted to do this card. And so when I realized I didn't have it because it was on back order the day that I thought I ordered it, I quickly put this idea aside and such and thought, well, that's for another day. Thanks, Kay. I think it's an adorable card, and I can say that without bragging because it is one of the ideas or card swaps that I got when I went to Hawaii. And so I kind of had some ideas in mind, and then when I got this swap, I'm like, this is even better than the card that I had planned out in my mind for the turtle bundle. So I thought I'm just gonna copy close to what she did and hope it is something that you guys enjoy. So let me get my camera switched around here and I can show you something fun besides the card. So you guys, every once in a while, like I show you guys something non-card related, and today's gonna be one of those days. I don't know who sent this to me, but this was such a blessing today. My husband, when I got home today from Sioux Falls, there was this cool little gift box here. I don't know if any of you are familiar with Maddie's Smile Project, but it's a really cool thing. So I don't know who sent it to me, but I have heard of the yellow box as a cheer. So I got some snuggly socks, which my feet love, and some cool summer ones. I love yellow. All sorts of candies and just fun different things in here, all in yellow, and snacks, and it is such a day brightener. It even came packaged in such cute wrapping there that if it's one of you that comes along on my videos, just know that you have blessed my socks off with the socks in the box. So thank you so much for just adding a bright spot to my whole week, you guys. So on to the card. Here it is, the right way. Sometimes when I show it to you, because I'm so excited, it's hard to always grasp it with the sentiment until you see it flipped around the right way. So I love this turtle bundle. And so it comes from the new annual catalog. Yesterday, I kind of wanted to show something that was retiring, but I thought, well, if it's a new hostess, I should show something from the new annual catalog. And that is found on page 56. So you'll see all sorts of cute ideas with it. And then you'll also see the stamp set here. It's photopolymer, and then the cute punch. And so the punch and stamp set, of course, if you buy it together, is always that 10% bundle savings, $30.50 for that. So that's really a fun bundle to get at a great price. So I had recently, I should have pulled out the card, I don't have it here, recently made a card that had the new tree bundle, and the card was going this way using this exact same paper. And I had a couple people say, now where again is that paper from, because it's so pretty with all the greens and the lines and such. And so I have to point out again, it is from the Pansy, let me get Pansy Petals Designer Series paper here. So you see all the pansies and you think pretty pansies, and you get all the brightness of the pansies, and some of them have gingham, but one of the back sides, kind of the softer looking side, and then that has the stripes on there. So that's where I'm pulling that from for today's card. So kind of a little bit of punching, a little bit of die cutting, but I think this card is so cute. So I'm just going to set that down or set it over here and start creating. I think what I'm going to do, just to make the end assembly a little bit easier, is I'm going to run through a couple circle dies, and so that's using my new Soft Succulent cardstock and then Very Vanilla. So oh, good, Linda. Thank you. It is good to be back on here. I never know what my day is going to bring. We're learning to live day by day. But, you know, we've had a couple good days here. So kind of encourage me to be able to get back to you guys. And that way you know that I'm still hopping. And that it does feel good. It feels good to have kind of a normal little routine. So these are the dies. I'm going to cut out the Very Vanilla and Soft Succulent. Hi there, Lois. And that comes from the Layering Circles die. So if you are familiar with that whole big collection of circles, and some of them are plain circles and some of them have that little scallop look to them. So I'm using a plain circle and a scallop circle from the Layering Circles dies. Hi there, Jane. So this little strip I just cut 3 1/4 inches wide to get that biggest scallop circle through. And then next I'm going to take and this Very Vanilla piece or strip is 3 inches wide. So that I'm just going to lay down on there, and that's all I need my cut and emboss machine for this project. So I can set that aside there. And then I'm going to show you kind of all these little pieces. So all these little pieces are going to put together my my turtle card. Oh, hi, Brenda. Yes, it's so good to see your name pop up too. Yeah, I feel like when even if I get to see your names, I just feel like, you know, it's just so fun. I feel like we're all together here. So this is fun for me too, because I feel like it has been a while. So yesterday when I started back, I was a little nervous, like, do I have my act together? Okay, so I'm going to kind of start by building my inside of my card, which is kind of opposite of what I normally do. I'm just going to pull out some scratch paper here and my stamping mat, because this is a photopolymer stamp set. So this is just a little strip that I cut 1 inch by 4 inches, again Soft Succulent, and I'm going to stamp Soft Succulent ink on there too. So kind of doing same color on color here. Let's see, and I'm going to pull out the cute little party hat that comes. All of these stamps, I'm using tons of stamps today. They're all from the Turtle Friends stamp set. Sometimes, you know, you have to get different stamp sets out to make it all work, but this stamp set has tons of sentiments in it. I don't even know if I kind of covered that, but how cute are these little squirrely swirlies? The cutest little bird in there, and then there's 2 small turtles, and then of course the shell that fills that in, and then 1 large turtle with a shell. And then like, it's time to celebrate, you are turtly loved. And then with everything going on, I'm like, I need some of these kind of belated birthday wishes on some of my cards there too. So lots of little accessories there too. So it is a great set for a lot of reasons. But back to this, so I just stamped out the little party hat just to kind of add a little bit of a border there. And then I'm going to run some tape onto a piece of Very Vanilla, and this is cut 5 1/4 by 4 inches. And this should then just line up right across the edge here too, like so. And then it'll help me to know where I can put everything else. Hi there, Tori. Hi, Diane. Okay, so next I'm going to get out this little guy. It's the cutest little turtle, and to stamp him out, I want to stamp him in Evening Evergreen. So I kind of have 3 different shades of green going. So Evening Evergreen, now I did use Soft Succulent, and then I'll be now bringing in the Soft Sea Foam after I get my little turtle stamped. So I'm just gonna dot him on my ink pad. Like, how cute is that little guy? Look at his little tiny feet there. He's so cute. And then next he gets his little shell, which, like I said, I'm going to open up the Soft Sea Foam. Just kind of a nice soft look here. And that's the joy of having it be photopolymer, is that you can see exactly where you're going to stamp, and then it leaves the middle open since I put this on first, and then this guy over here, that will allow me to know where to put my sentiment in the middle. and it's going to say happy belated birthday. Sorry, I was slow. How cute is that for a turtle card? So I know, Tori, these turtles are so cute. Just love them. Okay, so I'm going to set that aside. That's my inside and it's done. And like I said, it's really unusual for me to do that last. Or, I mean, usually I do it last. It's unusual for me to do that first. So I'm going to take my bone folder, make sure I get a good crease. So how I did this part of the card is, it is 4 1/4 by 11, and so I just cut it in half like I'm going to get 2 cards, scored it at the 5 1/2, which is the halfway point, and then as I folded it, I wanted this piece to be 3 inches. So I just kind of lined that up in my trimmer, and I could have, you know, obviously trimmed off 2.5 inches, but I wanted this to be 3. So however you like to do your math to know which is which for that. And then this is that Pansy Designer Series paper. So if you're just joining in like Connie is, hey there Connie, you'll see the pansy design on the one side, but I love these green stripes. Like I said, I've just used them not too long ago with a recent card and the trees. And so this is cut 2.75 by 4. And so that'll just fill in that kind of area that is 3 by 4 1/4. So I'm just going to put that right in there like so. So we kind of have this as a little flap card. And then as we kind of build the next area, that's going to be the 2 circles that I ran through my cut and emboss machine here with Very Vanilla and Soft Succulent. So I'll just layer that. Now normally I would go, let's put the turtle on, but I'm going to flip this over and about the halfway point put my seal on that's super sticky, because that way I can just go like this, lay it down, and then see where the halfway mark, it's a circle. So it's not like it's going to be off, because a circle's always round, right? So then that just goes on like that. Otherwise, if I'm putting my turtle on, then you kind of have to go, okay, is it this way or that way? And sometimes our adhesive can get a little crooked. So just today I thought, hey, let's put that on before I get too far building up my turtle. So next we're going to make that turtle. And I just need a little piece of, thank you, Connie. It's so good to be here. I'm just grabbing a little piece of soft sea foam, kind of almost like a little scrap piece. And I want him to be a little bit darker than my other one, just because I am stamping on soft sea foam instead of Very Vanilla. So I'm just going to stamp him out with some Memento black ink like so. Kind of a bigger version of the cute little turtle from the inside there. And I'm going to go right ahead too and stamp the inside of his shell with that same soft sea foam here. And this one's just as easy to line up. Famous last words. With it being photopolymer too. So that's all that I have to do for him. And then I can pull out the cute turtle punch. So in case you're wondering with that or confused at all, there's 2 of the small turtles here. Like one has the eyes, one is looking kind of sleepy. The big one is the one that will coordinate with the punch. So wanted to just clarify that before anybody wonders. Hi there, Carol. So then we've got this guy that I'm just going to line up here in my punch. Make sure the legs and the tail and the head and the shell all are lined up like so. And pops right out of there. Hopefully not into my ink pad. There we go. And then you'll see that there's a couple dots where if you want to build up some different eyes on your turtle, a lot of people like to do that too. That's what those 2 extra little dots are on the punch. And so those will punch out too when you punch out your turtle, but you might want to use different colors of cardstock for that. So how cute is that? So that I'm just going to set aside for now, and then I'm going to pull out the happy birthday stamp set, or his happy birthday stamp, and stamp that on Evening Evergreen. So I've got about a 1/2 inch piece of Very Vanilla here, and I got it straight. And then I have just less than 3/4 inches. I should double check this. actually, I'm just going to trim it down. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, so it was exactly 3/4 inch, and then it looked like it was just way too big and chunky, so I kind of wanted it to look slimmer. So I kind of did it just less than 3/4 inches. So the Very Vanilla is 1/2 inch, and then this one is just less than 3/4 of the Soft Succulent. And normally I get out my like little punch thing, but I thought I have not shown you my technique, my banner cut technique for a while, in case you don't have the punch that does this from the catalog. So what I do to make a banner punch is I just cut straight up the middle, and then with my scissor I go from one side to the middle and then the other side to the middle to get that banner cut like so. And that way it's the best way to get a more even cut. Hi there, Kelly. Hi, Mary. Thanks for popping in. Okay, so then I'm going to just tape this right to my next Soft Succulent piece there. And then, oops, then I will kind of just snip that off. And I'm going to do that same thing here. So I'm going to cut straight up the middle and then go from one side up to the middle, and then the other side straight up to the middle like so. So I have the happy birthday then matted on that. And then we're just gonna swipe those pieces off to the side, and I think we have the stamping done, so I can put away my scrap piece of paper and my my stamping mat. Okay, so to put this little guy on here, I think he needs to be popped up to give him some extra oomph on there. So I'm going to put some dimensionals here on the turtle, and his legs are just a little bit smaller than a regular size dimensional. So let's get out the mini dimensionals and get some of those on that. Oh, you're so welcome, Pam. Yes, that banner cut. A lot of people have been buying the punch that does the 3 different sizes of the banner punch, but for those that don't have it or want to practice that technique, I haven't shown that for a while, and it's such a good tip to learn, because when I learned that, I've had so much more success with my banners looking nice and straight too. So I'm just going to kind of center him on the bottom there, all popped up, the turtle. And then for the happy birthday, I'm going to kind of put my regular dimensionals on one side of my banner here, just because it's going to go off that circle like so, kind of like this. So we have that going happy birthday with the turtle there, and then we can just add that inside that I actually worked on first. So I can take and tape that down then, and the circle with the turtle on it just covers up that inside there. It's one of those cards, so if you're writing on it, you might have to keep in mind where your circle is, unless you don't mind having your writing show up. But with it being kind of a half flip card like that, you can see that. And like I said, the circle covers up your inside there. But it's so cute. I love the cute little party hat there. And just to let you know, when I'm copying other demonstrators' work, I always like to give them credit. So this idea is from Jane Stull. And so she was also a Hawaii incentive trip earner, and this was her swap card that I brought home. She did something very similar, and because I liked it, I tried to copy hers pretty much the same. And so I want her to get the credit for it, because like I said, I had something in mind, but hers was more cute. So I'm like, well, of course I'm going to show you guys the more cute version of the card if I can. So let me get my camera turned around. And so yeah, so that is already card number 2 for Lois Peterson's virtual stamp party. And tomorrow afternoon I will come to you with card number 3 for her party, and that will already wrap it up. I do want to get in touch with her to see how long she's thinking of leaving her party open. I did just start it, and she has 30 days to keep it open, so I just want to double check with her to make sure that you guys know if you're considering placing an order to get her fun cards from me as a thank you from her and I from ordering. I just want to make sure that I give you the details on that. So I will post that either with today's card or tomorrow's card or both, so that way you can stay in the loop too. So thanks so much for joining in, and I hope to see you guys tomorrow afternoon with card number 3. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.